It's Monday morning, 2025. Keiko, a sales director I recently coached, just discovered that her top performer isn't who she thought it was. It's Darnell, the quiet guy who used to struggle with cold calls. What changed? Darnell figured out how to turn AI into his personal sales army while everyone else was still arguing about whether ChatGPT would steal their jobs. Here's the truth. I've been sharing with leaders across the country. We're not in a technology revolution. We're in a human evolution. And most of us are still playing by yesterday's rules in tomorrow's game. According to McKinsey's latest research, AI could unlock up to $4.4 trillion in additional annual productivity across corporate use cases worldwide. But here's what that number doesn't tell you. The companies winning aren't the ones with the best AI. They're the ones who figured out that AI isn't about replacing humans. It's about revealing what makes us irreplaceably human. The hiring game just died. Remember when a killer resume and firm handshake could land you the job? Those days are as dead as the fax machine. According to SHRM-backed studies from 2025, organizations using AI-powered recruitment tools are seeing 31% faster time to hire and up to 50% improvement in quality of hire metrics, measuring performance, retention, and culture fit. Speed kills. Traditional recruiting. Last month, I watched a client fill a senior sales position in 9 days. 9 days. The same role took them 4 months to fill just 2 years ago. According to aggregated HR forecasts, by 2025, around 60% of organizations will use AI for end-to-end recruitment workflows, with AI automating roughly 40% of repetitive recruitment tasks. But here's where it gets interesting. When I asked the hired candidate, Amara, what made the difference, she said something that stopped me cold. The AI asked me questions no human interviewer ever had. It wanted to know how I think, not just what I've done. The profound question we should all be asking: if machines can now evaluate our past better than humans, what exactly are human interviewers supposed to be evaluating? The answer is electrifying. Human interviewers are becoming archaeologists of potential. They're not digging through your past, they're excavating your future. They want to know, can you dance with uncertainty? Can you teach a machine? Can you find meaning in chaos? Bias gets exposed, not erased. According to HireVue's reported data, their AI-based assessments reduced hiring bias by 20% by emphasizing candidate skills and behavior rather than demographic cues. But here's a story that'll make you squirm. A tech company I advised discovered its AI had learned that employees who stayed late on Fridays were high performers. Guess who that discriminated against? Parents. The AI didn't hide this bias. It exposed it. For the first time, the company could see the invisible assumptions that had been driving their culture-fit decisions for decades. According to recent research on AI transparency and explainability, the system's design, what data it sees, what outcomes it optimizes for, and how its outputs are audited, determines whether AI becomes a bias reducer or a bias amplifier. The most forward-looking organizations are treating AI as a bias microscope. It doesn't magically fix diversity, but it surfaces where the process is unfair, so humans can intervene. Your degree means nothing. Now, I recently met a CEO who hired Laurent, a former Uber driver, as their head of customer success. No degree, no traditional experience. But the AI assessment revealed something remarkable: an off-the-charts ability to read emotional patterns and adapt communication styles in real time. The uncomfortable truth: the AI age doesn't care about your MBA. It cares about your MBH, your most beautiful humanity. Firms are increasingly looking for AI-literate talent, not coders, but people who can design prompts, evaluate AI output, and integrate AI into workflows. We're drowning in digital vomit. Let's talk about the elephant in the Zoom room. According to a synthesis of controlled experiments across multiple companies, AI tools improved worker productivity by an average of 66%, with tremendous gains for programmers and knowledge workers. But if we're all so productive, why does everyone feel more overwhelmed than ever? Welcome to the Workslop Apocalypse. According to research summarized in Harvard Business Review and covered by Axios, AI is flooding organizations with workslop. Low-quality, over-polished but underthought content that looks impressive but adds little insight. Employees reported this workslop wasted time and even reduced perceptions of the sender's competence and creativity. Last week, Mikhail, a strategy consultant, showed me a 47-page report his team produced in 2 hours using AI. Completely worthless. Why? Because it said everything and nothing at the same time. Here's the paradox that should keep leaders up at night. What happens when creating something takes less effort than reading it? What happens when the cost of production drops to zero, but the cost of attention remains fixed? Productivity's false paradise. According to global assessments, AI could increase annual productivity growth by 0.2 to 3.3 percentage points, depending on the sector and the level of adoption. The Penn-Wharton budget model projects that AI could raise productivity and GDP by about 1.5% by 2035 and nearly 3% by 2055, with long-run effects rivaling past general-purpose technologies. But here's what those studies don't measure: the cost of collective confusion. According to the 2025 Stanford AI Index, AI tools helped less experienced workers close part of the performance gap with experts, suggesting AI can act as a skill amplifier. More recently, PwC reported that workers who use generative AI at least weekly are far more likely to report higher productivity, job security, and salary growth. The question that changes everything: what if actual productivity isn't about doing more things, but about doing fewer things that matter more? The smart teams do less. Innovative organizations are already figuring this out. They're creating AI-free zones for deep thinking. They're instituting output budgets, limiting how much anyone can produce, forcing quality over quantity. One sales team I work with now has a rule: if AI wrote it, a human must delete 50% before sending. The result? Their close rates went up 30%. Why? Because clients could finally hear the human voice through the digital noise. Decisions. The dance. Nobody teaches. According to a 2025 study in systems, AI adoption, when combined with strong user acceptance and training, increases organizational decision-making efficiency and performance, especially in complex business environments. But we need to talk about Hiroshi, who almost lost millions trusting AI blindly. Centaur thinking beats everything. According to research on human-AI symbiosis in organizations, AI and humans excel at different parts of the decision process. AI excels at pattern recognition, scenario simulation, and processing massive data sets, while humans excel at decision-making and judgment. Humans still excel at framing problems, understanding context, handling ambiguity, and making value-laden trade-offs. Humans or AI don't make the best decisions. They're made by humans dancing with AI, what experts call Centaur decisions. But here's the catch: most of us don't know how to dance. Trust without understanding kills. I recently surveyed 100 executives about their use of AI. Here's the terrifying finding: 73% use AI for critical decisions, but only 18% understand how it works. According to a 2025 KPMG University of Melbourne survey, 57% of workers hide their AI use from employers, and many rarely check AI outputs for accuracy. According to studies on AI transparency, people are more likely to trust and appropriately challenge AI systems when they understand how the system arrived at its recommendation. This is crucial for leadership. If AI is a black box, people either overtrust it or undertrust it? The million-dollar question: how do we maintain human judgment when the machine is right 95% of the time? Wrong in interesting ways. Wins. According to research on strategic decision-making, AI changes not only the speed of decisions but also the distribution of power and attention. Who gets to define the problem? Which data is seen as truth? And how dissent shows up? In an AI world, the most valuable leaders aren't those who are always right. They're those who dare to be wrong in interesting ways. AI can tell you the best way to get from A to B. It can't tell you whether you should be going to C instead. Your leadership just became obsolete. According to Gallup, U.S. employee engagement fell to 31% in 2024, the lowest in a decade, with 17% of employees actively disengaged. This is where it gets personal. Last month, I watched Giovanni, a seasoned CEO, have a breakdown when an AI did in 30 minutes what used to take him 3 days. His question haunted me. If a machine can do everything I do, why do I exist? Heroes die, architects rise. According to Harvard Business Publishing's 2024 Leadership Development Report, the role of leaders is radically expanding, with traditional coping skills no longer sufficient for the pace and scale of change. The age of the hero leader is over. According to emerging thought leadership on AI-first leadership, the job of leaders is shifting from doing work to designing systems of work. The new leader isn't a hero. They're an architect. They create systems that amplify the strengths of both humans and machines, creating meaning when machines can't. According to the Stanford AI Index, AI can analyze and predict, but it can't create meaning. Want to know the most crucial leadership skill in the AI age? It's the ability to create meaning in a world of infinite information. I worked with Fatima, who transformed her organization with a simple practice. Every AI-generated insight required a human-generated "so what?" The result? Engagement scores hit record highs. Why? Because people finally understood not just what they were doing, but why it mattered. Vulnerability becomes your superpower. According to Harvard Business School research, middle managers are critical in translating AI strategy into everyday behaviors. They're close enough to redesign processes and far enough up to influence culture. Here's the paradox. The more powerful AI becomes, the more valuable vulnerability becomes. When machines handle perfection, humans must handle imperfection. The leaders who will thrive aren't those who can outcompute AI. They're those who can outhuman it. The choice that changes everything, so here we are. According to McKinsey's projections, we're standing at the threshold of a $4.4 trillion transformation. According to Penn Wharton, this could reshape GDP for decades. According to Stanford, it's already narrowing skill gaps and reshaping work. But the numbers tell only part of the story. We can see AI as a threat, something to resist, regulate, or reluctantly adopt. We can drown in what Axios calls workslop and what Business Insider reports as hidden AI adoption and mistrust. Or, we can see AI as a mirror, one that finally shows us what makes us human. We can use it to eliminate mindlessness and amplify meaning. But here's what the research doesn't capture. This choice isn't made once. It's made every morning when you decide whether to let AI write that email or to craft it yourself, because their relationship matters. It's made in every decision about whether to optimize for metrics or meaning. Your mission starts now. According to the research, AI will transform hiring, boost productivity, reshape decision-making, and redefine leadership. But those aren't IT questions. They're human questions. Consider this. Yuki, a middle manager in Tokyo, just increased her team's innovation output by 400%. Not by working harder, but by asking her team, what would we do if AI didn't exist then? Now that it does, what becomes possible? The future belongs to those who can dance with machines while keeping their humanity intact. Those who understand that in a world where machines can do almost everything, the most radical act is being fully, courageously human. According to every study, every projection, every trend line, the revolution is here. The data is precise. The trajectory is set. But the data can't tell you what to do with it. Only you can. The question isn't whether you'll survive the AI revolution. The question is, will you have the courage to thrive in it? The machines are here to handle the ordinary. Your job? Be extraordinary.